School stand.
Thank you, Tristan. His last one for the year, or of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. Be seated, please. Firstly, it's my pleasure this morning to welcome parents and supporters to this final assembly and then the sports and cultural prize giving. The first function of our final full school assembly is to farewell teaching staff members who are leaving at the end of this year. This is our last formal opportunity to farewell them together as a full school. Two staff members, Mrs Power and Miss Phone, are both beginning maternity leave at the end of the school year, and we wish them both all the best for this and look forward to them rejoining the teaching staff at a later date. There are three further staff members who are leaving us at the end of the year. Mr Fisher. Mr Fisher joined the Science Department at the beginning of the 2025 school year. As an old boy attending the school from 1988 to 1991, he had a good understanding of the school's culture and expectations. Mr Fisher brought with him a wealth of international teaching experience, and the young men in his classes have benefited from the subject knowledge. Mr Fisher has supported the school's co-curricular program, coaching both touch and rugby, and he is returning to the UK with his family, and we wish him all the best for this. Mr Long. After first joining the teaching staff as a reliever, Mr Long has worked in part-time capacity in the technology department since 2023. We have greatly appreciated his flexibility and proactive approach, which has been essential to ensuring we can provide opportunities in technology subjects to as many students as we can. Since 2022, Mr Long has also been our examination centre manager, with responsibility for all elements of the administration and running of the NCEA examinations. This is a very important role, and Mr Long's attention to detail has been greatly valued. Mr Long is beginning a well-deserved retirement from teaching, but we hope to see him around still in his role as the centre manager. Mrs Belton joined the staff as a teacher of English and French at the beginning of the 2014 school year. Her subject knowledge and sound classroom management ability were readily apparent. Mrs Belton went on to hold curriculum leadership positions within the English department from 2018 to 2020. She extended her teaching repertoire to include classical studies, which she became the teacher in charge of in 2019. Languages, in particular French, are where Mrs Belton's passion is, and she was appointed as Head of Languages in January 2022. Curriculum leadership roles have been particularly demanding in recent years, with a seemingly endless series of consultations, reviews, refreshers and rewrites, with no end yet in sight. Leading the curriculum and leading staff in a small and diverse department has posed challenges, which Mrs Belton has worked through admirably. No doubt these experiences will hold her in good stead for the future. As the Head of Languages, she has been strongly involved in advocating for and promoting the benefits of learning a foreign language. An important part of this is the annual International Languages Week, where a range of student presentations are made at Assembly. Mrs Belton has also been heavily involved in providing genuine cultural experiences to our students through language and culture tours to both France and to Germany. These tours help to expand the horizons of the young men involved, as well as creating lifelong memories. However, organising and undertaking overseas tours is a significant time commitment, and Mrs Belton has sacrificed time away from her family to provide these opportunities for her students, and we sincerely thank her for this. Mrs Belton has also contributed to the Boys High co-curricular program as the manager of basketball, debating and football teams, and most recently as the teacher in charge of chess. Mrs Belton has been appointed to the role of Assistant Principal at Cullinane College in Wanganui from the beginning of the 2026 school year. We wish her all the best for this well-deserved promotion and the next stage in her teaching career. So if you could please join with me in congratulating and farewelling these members of staff. We now move to the 2025 Sports and Cultural Prize Giving, and we'll be starting the presentations with the presentation of Baracluff Awards, and I'd like to invite Mr Lobb forward to present these awards. As usual, gents, we will applaud groups at the end when they're assembled on stage. Now, the Baracluff program, as you know, is all about service. And as Muhammad Ali once said, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. It's a really important part of what we do at Boys High. So well done to the young men who are receiving their awards this morning. In the first group, we have young men who have achieved a Level 1 Baracluff Merit Award. Cameron Smith. Owen Huki. Tino Cookie. Oliver Lean. Adam Ray. Jonty Skirman. Zach Transom. Archie Geeson. Gibson Moores. Ice Blackley. Tukia Isiatoa. Cooper Jones. Andrew Lee. Dylan Shearer. Darcy Fennell. And Alex Jamison. Congratulations to these young men. In our next group, still with Level 1 Baracluff Merit Awards, Brooks McCall. Hamid Muhammad Juma. Toby Gaffney. Bailey Hakopa. Cameron McGrath. Sam Cole. Omar Hassan. Louis James. Guan Yu Lee. Peter Clements. Ryan Hocken. Who's not here. Luka Jelic. Will Parsons. Reuben Rose. And Reuben Smith. Well done to these young men. Level 1 Baracluff Awards continue. Isaac Lee. Robert Bosher. Regan Broderson. Josh Isles. Josh Levy. James Marshall. Balmin Fan. Ollie Reid. Micah Southern. Leo Webb. Lockie Whitley. Hiroshi Newman. Tristan Tuia. Alex Bennett. Well done to these young men. Level 1 Baracluff Awards continued. Luke Simons. Peter Fuafiva. Kobe Koiuha. Nikhil Rana. Xiongjin Choi. Zishan Wang. Yusuf Hamida. Aidan Harris. Alex Waters. Lincoln Tullett. Yuko Sugasaki. Jacob Kavan. Ethan Veal. And Emmanuel Onyema. Well done, gentlemen. We move now to presentations of the Level 2 Baracluff Badge Award, and in the first group, Thomas Kelly. Ishmael Biswas. George Crocker. Inare de Ross. Jacob Dorber. Kaushik Doley. Ziyang Fan. Peter Fuafiva. Raymond Lee. Philip Martin. James Minton. Jonathan Peel. Atta Rahim. William Revel. Silas Steer. Micah Steinmetz, who's also not here, he's currently on a school exchange in Scotland. Eric Wong. Well done, gentlemen. Level 2 awards continued. Fahal Ahmed. Cledwin Shawanji. Samuel Codd. Corbin Decker. Corbin Jaslars. Lee Jun Kim. Saditha Kawabana Rashchi. Sakti Prabhu. Colin Kin. Alex Sharp. Tyler Thompson. Benjamin Villuin. Amani Whitehead Wilson. Jacob Abernethy. Grayson Cattle. Lawrence Faatasi. And Samuel Franklin Brown. Well done to these young men. In our last group of Level 2 Baracluff Badge Award winners, we have Liam Jurgens, Roger Lynn, Campbell McIntosh, Han Park, Yusha Rashid, William Saw, Angus Taylor, Daniel Transom, Shlok Dutta, Ashton Trotter, Lenny Hanson Wall, Benjamin Thorne, Austin Williams, not here, Alvi Kabir, and Sam Harwinkles. Congratulations to this group of young men. The next group is a smaller group, but they've done some outstanding work in the service of not only the school but in the community as well. And the first three young men who will come onto the stage have been working with the Student Volunteer Army, and they've received awards for those. Gold pin for Matty Leary. And a gold pin award for Austin Kinniston. And a Pounamu award for Zachariah Barzak. And the Prefects Cup for 2025 for contribution to the community, Charlie Chisholm. Well done, gentlemen. Oh, thank you, Mr. Lobb. We move now to the Sports and Cultural Awards, and I'd like to invite Mr. Colton forward to present these awards. Mr. Colton retired earlier in the year from his position as Sports Coordinator, a role he held at the school for 32 and a half years, and he's currently working as an assistant to Mr. Fogarty in the construction program at the back. So he hasn't fully retired just yet, but it's an honour to have Mr. Colton here with us this morning. We'll begin with cross country, the McGregor Family Cup for junior champion, Jai Paris. Senior champion, Jacob Lean. The Sims Family Cup for intermediate champion, and the Open champion from Palmerston North Boys High School, Jarvis Shaw. Oh, well pointed out, Mrs. Delove. Jarvis, come back. You also won the Higgy Townsend High Performance Cup for athletics. Oh, you got it. Oh, well done. Carry on. In badminton, the Owen Cup for school champion, Leo Brebner. The Ong Cup for most improved player, Andrew Lee. In basketball, the Ridge Cup for the most valuable player in Year 9, Mason Beisel. And the Ridge Cup for the most improved Year 9 player, Dylan Pond. The Strawbridge Cup for the most valued player in Year 10, Cooper Toda. The Strawbridge Cup for the most improved Year 10 player was won by Xavier Marumaru, who's absent. The Bardsley Family Cup for the Junior A team's best defensive player, Eli Tonoa Knight. The Stevenson Trophy for the most valued player in the development team, Ryder Beale. The Dennis Kay Cup for the most improved player in the development team, Carter Barnes. Congratulations to this group of young men. Well done. Premier A basketball, the most improved player in the Premier A team, Ryan Chambers. The most valued player in the Premier A team, Luca Albert. The McTamney Cup for the best defensive player in the Premier A team, Cooper Aish. The Frost Family Cup for the greatest contribution to basketball, Tommy Reid. The Trophy Specialist Award for Best and Fairest, Max Congdon. In canoe polo, the Max Grant Cup for Best Canoe Polo Player, Sam Harwinkles. In chess, the Sims Cup for contribution to the chess club, Tristan Taylor. And the cup for the school chess champion, Zikang Dai. We move now to cricket. The Page Trophy for Best Year 9 cricketer, Gus Hart. A batting award for scoring 105 not out against Wanganui High School, Aidan McGregor. A batting award for scoring 106 against United, Lockie Whitley. A bowling award for taking 6 for 19, against Wanganui High School, Hugo Kennedy. Which was a pretty impressive effort on crutches. A bowling award for taking the hat-trick against Tararua College, Nelson Bardell. The Jensen and Wenham Families Cup for the Best Year 10 cricketer, Connor Phillips. The Leighton Trophy, the Butler Cup Batting Award for Most Meritorious Innings, Ollie Smith. The Lester Williams Cup, the Butler Cup Bowling Award Most Wickets, Max Cullerton. Max also wins the Young Cup for the best average in the Butler Cup cricket batting. Congratulations to these young men. Well done. In first 11, in first 11 cricket, the Greg Malcolm Cup for most improved player, Alex Gordon. The Alec Astle Cup for determination, commitment and dedication to the team and the game. The Hewer Cup for best bowling performance and the Bowling Cup, Alex Pringle. The Best All-Rounder Cup, the Rettenmeyer Brothers Trophy for most meritorious innings, the Batting Cup and the Nobby Anderson Memorial Trophy for greatest contribution to cricket, Jordan Last Harris. The McSweeney Cup, the Fielding Award, and the Bruce Turner Memorial Cup for excellence in hockey and cricket, Ollie Smith. In cycling, the Pedal Pushers Trophy for most improved cyclist, Liam O'Day. The MEHR DD Trophy for the greatest contribution to cycling, Jacob Lean. The PNBHS Cup for cycling and academic excellence, Jonathan Peel. The Stewart Cup for commitment to the cycling team, Philip Martin. In debating, the Ryan Orange Cup for the Best Year 9 debater, Tookie Walker. The Used Van Amersfoort Cup for the Best Year 10 debater, Daniel Kardemi. And the Gordon N. Cruden Cup for the Best Year 12 debater, Silas Steer, who's absent this morning. Please join with me in congratulating this group of young men. In drama, the McNeill Cup for contribution to junior drama, Karvin Prabhu. The Monaghan Award for excellence in theatre technology, Ishmael Biswas. The Monaghan Award for Excellence in Theatre Technology, Atta Rahim. The Monaghan Award for Excellence in Theatre Technology, Sakti Prabhu. And the Monaghan Award for Excellence in Theatre Technology, Ruan Daniels. The Barbara Shorter Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Senior Production, Tommy Cottrell. The Barbara Shorter Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Senior Production, Ethan Veal. The Barbara Shorter Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Senior Production and the Lynch Cup for Contribution to Senior Drama, Campbell McIntosh. The Chris Burton Award for Excellence in Drama, Tyler Thompson. The Chris Burton Award for Excellence in Drama, Benjamin Fillion. and the Chris Burton Award for Excellence in Drama, Angus Taylor. The Alex Hughes Award for the Most Promising Chorus Dancer, Max Bradnock. The Clark Award for Most Promising Understudy, Karan Dari. In football, the Wood Trophy for Most Improved Under-15 Player, Joshua Knox. The Under-15 Player of the Year Award, Tasman Leipst. The Trophy Specialist Award for the Best and Fairest Football Player, Killian Carroll. The Boyack Cup for Under-17 Player of the Year, Grayson Cattle. And the Brown Cup for Service to Palmerston North Boys High School Football, Jayden Evans. Well done to these young men. We continue with football now. We move to the First 11 Awards. The Steve Burnley Trophy for Greatest Contribution to First 11 Football, Diego Coleman. The Ridge Cup for Most Improved Player and the Price Trophy for Best Defender, Connor Clintz. The RAS Trophy for Best Midfield Player and the Pitt Trophy for Player of the Year, Ruben Rose. The Morrison Cup for Best Newcomer, the Donahue Cup for Best Forward and the Ewell Cup for Top Goal Scorer, Jericho Tiakawai Baker. In golf, the Bidlake Trophy for Best Stableford and the Minolta Trophy for the Best Net, Matty Leary. The Todd Jury Trophy for the Best Growth Score and School Champion, Jordan Holmes. In hockey, the Trophy Specialist Award for Best and Fairest Hockey Player, Campbell Bassett. The New Zealand Stick for Most Promising Year 9 Player, Lucas Tan. The Andrew Prime Trophy for Greatest Contribution to Junior Hockey, Franco Lorenz. The Alex Heatley Cup for the Most Improved Junior Player, Josh Belcher. The Wilson Trophy for Dedication and Outstanding Work Ethic in Junior Hockey, Lucas Phillips. The Most Valued Player for the School Second 11, Jacob Bishop. And also the Most Valued Player for the School Second 11, Jacob Papenfuss. Congratulations to these young men. First 11 Hockey Awards, the Doug Somerville Trophy for the Most Improved New Player, Josh Levy. The Ward Cup for the Most Improved Player, Archie Geeson. The Hayden Phillips Cup for Best Midfielder, Riley Piafi. The Dentist Cup for Best Forward, Lockie Underwood, who isn't here today. The Two Brothers Cup for Sportsmanship, Loyalty and Effort, Jacob Wong. The Loudon Family Hockey Scholarship, Fletcher Hoskins. That's it. The King Cup for Best Back and the Players' Player Trophy, the team man voted by the players, Ollie Smith. The Champions Trophy for Most Valued Player and the Phillips Family Cup for the greatest contribution to First 11 hockey, Ollie Davidson. In the School Library, the award for Head Librarian, Sakti Prabhu. In Kapahaka, the Most Improved Junior, Henare Tifaiti. And in Kapahaka, the Most Improved Senior, Tane Flutie. In mountain biking, the Matthew Richard Adams Cup for the Most Promising Rider, Jonty Williamson. In music, the Reed Wheeler Cup for Outstanding Junior Musician, Jacob Lauritsen. In music, the baton for Leader of the Stage Band, Louis Crawford. And in music, the Ayers Trophy for Most Improved Piper, James McIntosh. Well done to these young men. Beginning our next group, in Pacifica, Excellence in Cultural Performance, Officer Malingi. In Public Speaking, the Hoban Cup, in Year 11, Jaden Durston. In the PNBHS Cup for Year 9, Public Speaking, Lachlan Johnston. In the road race, the Prefects Cup for Junior Champion, Hugo Skirman. The Jowett Cup for Minor Intermediate Champion, Lockie Duffy. The Kelman Loveday Cup for Major Intermediate Champion and the Nash Trophy for Most Improved Harrier, Jarvis Shaw. The Whalley Cup for Senior Champion, Jacob Lean. In rugby, the Judd Memorial Trophy for Most Skillful Year 9 Player, Hugo Skirman. The Trophy Specialist Award for Best and Fairest Rugby Player, Nick Donnelly. The McLean Family Cup for the greatest contribution to second 15 rugby, Thomas Kelly. Well done, gentlemen. In First 15 awards, the Stratton Brothers Cup for the most improved player, Siokatami Langilangi. The Palmerston North High School Old Boys RFC 75th Jubilee Cup for most promising player, Ollie Reid. The Trainers Cup, Henry Speedy. The NZSC Cup for commitment and integrity to the team, Tristan Chambers. The Best Back Award, Hunter Kennedy. The Talamavile Trophy, Memorial Trophy for Best Tackler, and the Best Forward Award, Carlo Isaac. The Team Player Award and the Ferris Cup for greatest contribution to First 15 Rugby, Alex Palazzo. And the First 15 Player of the Year, Jamie Fillion. We move now to shooting. The Tennant Trophy for clay target shooting, the best aggregate, Joshua Lendrum. The Leslie Family Trophy for skeet aggregate, Jonathan Pinkney. The Higgy Trophy for top junior shooter, Noah Belton. The Lynch Family Trophy for most improved shooter, and the Clark Family Trophy for the down the line aggregate, William Smith. The Josh Carlin Memorial Trophy for small ball shooting, Alex Sharp. And the Lissington Brothers Marksman Trophy for small ball shooting, Flynn Peters. In skiing, the winner of the Giant Slalom Championships, Lockie Reddington. And the Snow Seekers Cup for the best all-round snowboarder, Enzo House. And well done to these young men. In squash, the Squash Gym Cup for junior champion, Luke Garrett. The Randolph Cup for most improved junior player, Jimmy Higson. The GY Cup for most improved senior player, Matty Leary. The Parents' Cup for most valued club member, the club captain's board, and the Taylor Cup as club champion, Brodie Bennett. In table tennis, the PNBHS Trophy for the Open Singles Champion, Akshay Anish. In tennis, the Gregory Reed Memorial Trophy for Most Improved Junior Player and the Hooper Cup for Junior Tennis Champion, Johnny McKinnon. The Hughes Cup for Outstanding Performance in Junior Interschool Fixtures, Isaac Grimstone. The G Cup for Intermediate Tennis Champion, Miki Saksarawatu. The Collier Cup for Most Improved Senior Player, Nathan Gloin. The Emmett Gracie Cup for outstanding contribution to tennis, Tian Fenter. And the Exted Cup for Open Championship winner, Matty Leary. He's coming. In touch, the Bennett Cup for greatest contribution to junior touch, Liam Kiokata. In the Highbury Whānau Centre Touch Cup for Senior Player of the Year, Bailey Ngātai Cribb. In volleyball, the PNBHS Cup for Most Valued Junior Player, Eli Tainoa Knight. And the PNBHS Cup for the Most Valued Senior Player, Miller Priest O'Hara. In water polo, the Originals Cup for contribution to water polo, Jaden Barnes. The Marist Sports Club Scholarship for a school leaver going to Marist that plays one of the club sports, Alex Pringle. The Colton Family Cup for Official of the Year, in touch this year, Josh Irwin. And the Sportsmanship Award, the Palmerston North Boys High School Team Sportsmanship Award was the Wanderers football team, Captain Louis Crawford. Congratulations to these young men. Yeah. We move now to the awarding of caps for our first team sports in the major codes. In basketball, cap for 2025, Cooper Aish. Quinn Shearman. Dannon Sanson. Luca Albert. Max Congdon. And caps for 2024 and 2025, Alex Gordon. Carry on, Alex, yours is in your box. And Tommy Reid. Well done to these young men. Yeah, they'll come back. We move now to cricket. Caps for 2025, Hunter Topliff. And Brodie Bennett. Caps for 2024 and 25, Ollie Smith. Hadley James. Alex Pringle. Nick Donnelly. Max Cullerton. Charlie Ferguson. Alex Gordon. And caps for the 2023, 24 and 25 seasons, Max Hart. Matthew Campbell. And Jordan Last Harris. Well done to these young men. I have to explain that some of the young men who have received caps for multiple seasons will be receiving theirs in a special presentation shortly. We move now to football. Caps for the 2025 season, Ruben Rose. Connor Clintz. Grayson Cattle. And Grayson's also being presented with a framed New Zealand under-16 shirt for his time with that New Zealand team. Dylan Pearson. Patricio Lizarraga Castillo. Dallas Rongokia. Killian Carroll. Liam Voicey. A cap for 2023 and 25, Ben Ditchfield. And then caps for 2023, 24 and 25, Olin Juru. Diego Coleman. And Jake Whitley. Well done to these young men. First 11 hockey, caps for 2025, Philip Martin. Ollie Smith. Blair Very. Jacob Wong. Oliver Bunn. Rylan Brock. Fletcher Hoskins. And caps for 2023, 24 and 25, Ollie Davidson. Matthew Campbell. And Riley Piafi. Well done to our first 11 hockey players. First 15 rugby, caps for 2025, Ollie Reid. Cole Cullen, who's currently on an exchange in England. Caden Pardee. Moy Sakona. Siokatami Langi. Flynn White. Carlo Isaac. Kisioni Maasi. TJ Wallace. TJ is also receiving his cap for 2024. Also for 2024 and 25, Tristan Chambers. Hunter Kennedy. Henry Speedy. Bailey Natai Cribb. And caps for 2023, 24 and 25, Alex Palazzo. Nehemiah Sewer. And Jamie Falluin. Well done to our rugby players. The final presentation this morning recognises significant contributions to our first teams for young men who typically play 3 years or in some cases more for a first team in their respective codes. Now each code has a different number of games in terms of the criteria that reflect the nature of the code and the fixture list. Regardless of the code, this represents an outstanding achievement from each of these young men. So the first of our cap boxes for outstanding contribution to basketball, 65 games for the Prem A's, Tommy Reid. For outstanding contribution to basketball, 66 games, Alex Gordon. For outstanding contribution to football, 75 games for the first 11, Olin Juru. For outstanding contribution to football, 79 games, Diego Coleman. For outstanding contribution to football, 79 games, Jake Whitley. For outstanding contribution to cricket, 89 games, Jordan Last Harris. For outstanding contribution to cricket, 80 games for the first 11, and outstanding contribution to hockey, 127 games for the first 11, Matthew Campbell. For outstanding contribution to hockey, 120 games, Riley Piafi. For outstanding contribution to hockey, 167 games for the first 11, Ollie Davidson. For outstanding contribution to rugby, 35 white jersey games, Jamie Fillion. For outstanding contribution to rugby, 35 games, Alex Palazzo. For outstanding contribution to rugby, 38 games in the white jersey, Nehemiah Sewer. Congratulations to these young men. Thank you, Mr Colton. Well done. That draws the 2025 Sports and Cultural Prize Giving to an end. My thanks go to Mrs Dearlove and Mr Finch, Mr Lobb and Mr Colton for their roles today. Mr Acken will take you through some details of the rest of the day shortly. It's day 9. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Mr Acken.